Blog Talk Radio.
Well, I think we're going to get right into it this morning. We're going to get right into it this morning. You know, you can't please everybody, right? You can't please everybody. And we're doing our best to please everybody. I was on the Facebook page this morning, a couple hours ago, just, doing a little maintenance there. As a matter of fact, I had to kick a couple people out. Could you imagine that people would come into our private VIP Facebook group? Interlopers, man, sneaking in and then promoting other programs? I don't think so. That's when the happy dancing bear becomes the angry mean bear. This is our community. This is our tribe, our family. And we are all in lockstep moving towards our goals. The last thing we're going to do is allow people to come in here and pitch some Mickey Mouse deal. But here's something else I noticed this morning. Can you believe that some people are beginning to complain about how long our daily calls are? This morning, somebody actually said, could you just, I don't really have 2 hours to sit there, so could you just put together a summation of the bullet points and send that to me? I'm like, oh, would you like me to come to your house and do all of the work for you? How about you just get into the community? Now, I'm being a little snarky right now. I'll admit it. I don't want to be snarky, So please forgive me if I seem snarky. But what I want to do here this morning is just let you guys know a couple things that are going on, and then we're going to get into the Q&A this morning. I know many of you still have questions, and there are things that are coming on. I felt like some of you guys last night, right? I logged on last night about 8 o'clock, and suddenly there was some malfunctioning going on with my site, right? I mean, the site was thinking that I hadn't even paid my $20. I'm diamond qualified. And all of a sudden the site was like thinking that I was, not even a member. So rather than freak out, I just sent in a ticket, right? I just sent in and say, hey man, could you look into this for me? And this morning, boom shakalaka, just be patient. Everything was running just fine. So I know things are still moving. I know things are still taking shape. As a matter of fact, there's some really cool things happening this week. There's a lot of pieces coming together in the support areas, and some live chat stuff is coming on board very, very quickly. But putting a person in place who's actually going to call every single member and welcome them to our community. How cool is that, right? And so this is where Traffic Authority is working for you. We're currently in the neighborhood of, I don't want to exaggerate, we're somewhere between 200 and 300 people every single day joining our community, becoming Traffic Optimizer, and Traffic Academy students. That's pretty cool, right? So we're putting people in place who can make telephone calls every single day, all day long, to just welcome people. And you know what's going to be happening in that conversation is very subtle upselling techniques, to just open up people's minds to the possibilities. Very, very cool stuff taking place. In the meantime, we're still going to offer this little bit of a bridge to bring people, we're still going to offer this opportunity for you guys to come. And moving forward, we'll probably have Greg and Doug out here, more than just, on Saturdays. For those of you guys who are joining us for the very first time, on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, co-founders and their special guests come out and they just roll. They just tell us what's going on and the vision for the company, and it's a very, very cool thing. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday afternoons. And for about the last month, 5 or 6 weeks, we've had the privilege of having Greg and Doug here answering questions. And you guys know that Greg really gets it, right? He really gets, things like get response and, how the comp plan really works. Guy's just amazing, right? And so you guys have the benefit of hearing from this team every single morning. And then, like I said earlier, I was blown away by people now are beginning to complain. I got an email from somebody who said, I waited an hour and a half yesterday to ask my question. Well, we're going to moving forward, I'm thinking by next week, you're going to see something, a little bit different. And so I'm going to lay it out for you right now. Okay, here's what we're working on. We're still working on the webinar for tonight. Our goal is to have a webinar tonight, and we always we'll have a webinar tonight. We'll post the invite and the registration link, and the webinar tonight is going to be a conversion webinar, and it's still under construction. A lot of stuff goes. As a matter of fact, I wrote the script personally, and then I threw the script in the garbage this morning. Okay, I wrote the script. I did some of the content. I was like, no, this is not where we want to go with this message. The goal on Thursday nights is where you're going to be able to invite people to a webinar, okay? And we're going to automate this, okay? What's going to be happening is you're going to be seeing these webinars with thousands, tens of thousands of people, because what will be happening is Traffic Authority will be sending autoresponder emails to prospects, to leads, inviting them to the webinar where we're going to tell a very elegant, simple, easy-to-digest story with examples, walkthroughs of the very simple $47 back office, make it a very simple, easy decision for people to make. We're going to have video. We're going to have, contributors, people like Kara and Dave from Tinley Park, and we're going to hear from, Earl, and we're going to hear from Ed in Tucson, and some of this cast of characters, Bert and Canyon Lake. These people that you hear are going to be making contributions on these webinars moving forward. The plan is very, very big. We're very, very excited about that. Now, one of the things is that the registration page, every one of you will have a registration page. You'll have a link to invite people to the webinar. And so when somebody comes to the webinar using your link, when they see the Buy Now button, there'll be a Buy Now button on the webinar. When they buy now, they're going to buy from you, even if you're not on the webinar, right? Very, very cool, high-tech stuff, amazing stuff is still being built. And so there's a lot of, it's a frenzy right now. It's like the more stuff we have completed, the more stuff there is to do. And for those of you guys who were with us on Tuesday night, we talked about the fact that this is a coronation, right? We are done with pre-launch. We are in full-on operation. And it will always be getting better. It will always be improving. It will be enhanced every single day. Brilliant minds are working behind the scenes. So let me just recap for you what this morning broadcast is really all about. Okay, let me tell you exactly what this is about. This is a place where you come every single morning. Our goal is to keep this to, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, where it will be myself and we will feature a couple of the individuals who are really, really eloquent and they're powerful and they're characters. And it's going to be really a cool spot. So, everybody has 30 or 40 minutes. I can actually feel for those individuals who are saying, man, I don't have 2 hours. I'm busy. I got a life. I don't have 2 hours. I don't have an hour and a half to wait in the queue until you can get to my question. Well, we're going to get the questions and answers handled with the support desk and people calling up and inviting. I mean, there is a plan here. In the meantime, we're going to continue to answer some questions here, but we're going to start leaning this thing out, right? And here's what I want to tell you guys what's going to happen. And oh, by the way, for those of you who may be listening for the first time, you're listening to Traffic Report. Traffic Report is this is our internet home, right? Sponsored by the Traffic Authority. The Traffic Authority. That's who we are. We are the Traffic Authority. We are here to educate people and empower people to build a list, to really learn the skill of internet marketing. How do you monetize that list? Really, really cool things are coming. And so what we do here every single morning, for those of, maybe you're one of the, 800 people who joined us this week, and you're hearing this for the first time, welcome. We come here every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The goal is to inspire, motivate, educate, and that's what we're going to do here. And now for the, as I said, we've been answering questions and fielding every single question. I will say that yesterday it was starting to get a little crazy. Like, I was waiting for somebody to come out and say, could you please tell me, how does that automatic cleaner on my oven work? I mean, the questions were starting to get like, hey, man, have you ever changed the oil on a 57 Chevy? I'm like, whoa. Let's just keep it focused here to simple things, right? So as we go through this morning, we're gonna try and get through here as quickly as we can. And here's what I'm going to ask you guys. I want you to consider this, okay? I want you to let's go up. Let's take the elevator up to the second floor, or as they say, here's the view from 35,000 feet. We're all in this together, right? Every single one of us is looking for some magic, right? Every single one of us is looking for conversions. We're looking for people to go from suspects to prospects to customers. And so this thing that we do here every morning is going to be a very, very cool tool for you. So here's a conspiracy, okay? Let's conspire right now. Here's what really happens. Monday through Thursday, we come together. We keep it 30, 40 minutes, right? Fresh, quick. We got to get back out there and make some stuff happen, right? And then on Fridays, like tomorrow, Fridays, moving forward, every single Friday is going to be like recognition day. Okay, on Fridays, that's when we will go for an hour, 2 hours, and we will take every single person. And what we want to hear on Fridays, it's not for questions. On Friday, I don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, what's going on with my e-wallet, and I've got a problem connecting my autoresponders. Please save that for Monday through Thursday. On Friday, it's only about results. It's only about results. On Friday, all I want to hear from you guys is, what's going on with your business? Are you making money? What does your lifestyle look like? How about the training? The webinars are impacting me, this community. That's what we want to hear, and this is the reason why. Because the system will begin inviting all of those prospects, everybody who's kicking the tires. We're going to invite them specifically to Friday morning to hear about the results that people are having. So on Friday mornings, I don't want to hear you saying, hey, there's a problem with my GetResponse, and I've sent you guys 4 support tickets. We don't want to hear that on Fridays, because prospective business partners, when you start saying that stuff, they're going, uh-oh, wait a minute, this guy sent in a support ticket, he didn't get a response in 24 hours? Hold on. They're already skeptical anyway, right? So on Friday mornings, what we want to hear is the good news, and there's so much good news. I'll tell you guys, the reason these calls every single day go up to 2 hours long is because there's so much good news. If you sort through the pile of conversations, there's only a handful of real questions that are coming up here the last couple of weeks, right? Everybody's having a blast. Everybody's loving the community. Everybody's giving us a high five, thumbs up. So we're doing our best to help you guys and the team here manage our time a little bit more efficiently. And so we're going to use this morning show a little bit more efficiently, okay? And so that's my rant, all right? And I'm going to repeat this rant because I know we're going to still have some growing pains. I know it's going to take some time. But if you guys show up and you pay attention, then you will finally see the method to this madness on our end. And I have to say, I am blown away by the level of sophistication and dedication and what is going on behind the scenes. I've been a company owner. I'm not a puppy, man. I've been doing this for 25 years. Started out just as a wild-eyed enthusiastic, thinking my first water filter company was going to make me a millionaire. I put $25,000 worth of water filters in my garage 25 years ago. And I've come through, all of the companies body-wise, and you name it. I was in Melaleuca, I was in doTERRA, I was in, I don't even want to name them all. It's like when I think of all the companies and all the dreams, it's just like, oh, please, I'm so happy I'm finally here. But my point is, after all of these years, I've got to tell you, my butt is kicked when I'm finally getting a little bit deeper into really, who this team is. And, you often hear Greg and Doug say, when we brought Adam and his team, and when Adam and his team saw what we were doing and we decided to merge forces, I am literally, my ears are pinned against the wall when I see the level of sophistication, dedication, and where the vision for our company, this traffic authority is going to be huge. I'm talking huge, a force to be reckoned with. And at the end of the day, we are relying on each and every one of you to help us make that happen. To get out there, spread the good word, get out there, talk to more people, get out there, send to your list, learn about other things, show up. I'm really excited, man. And hey, Greg and Doug, how you guys doing? I see you guys here this morning. How you going, gentlemen? Doing
awesome, Joe. Doing awesome, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. You know, I'm in the chair. I got pages and pages of notes, and I'm looking at the clock. I've been at it for 3 hours already, bro. It's 8:15. I've already been at the chair for 3 hours. It's like madness. But I'm ready to go here this morning. Hopefully, we're going to get through some questions a little bit more efficiently than we have been lately. If people just understand exactly this idea of like just let's get to it. Let's keep it focused, and then on Fridays is when we're really going to have a love fest. On Fridays is when it's just like a big huggy bear, like how awesome it is and how much money we're making and how cool the systems are. How about you? Hey, Greg, what's up with you, dude? I know that Natalie got home yesterday. What's happening today?
It's true, dude. I'm back to my healthy diet. Just to report, I'm sure everyone's interested. Day 4 of 90 has been completed. I drug myself in. And, dude, I'm still with the slogan, what we focus on will expand. And, and especially when we put that in a business sense, I mean, like you're just talking about, I mean, people's businesses are going to expand, their email lists are going to expand, their income lists are going to expand. And, again, that also goes, to just the thought of how important it is to focus on those income-making activities and maybe not so much. I mean, again, we know how this goes. We have the glass is half empty and the glass is half full type of people. And you see them throughout our community, and you see them throughout life. I mean, some people are always going to focus on the negative, and they're going to get more negative results, Joe. It's just the nature of things. And then, of course, we're going to have the other group that's really drawn to traffic authority. There, that group that the glass is half full group, who is going to get the results. And when we read the testimonial things on the Facebook page, where we're hearing just dozens and dozens of people making money for the very first time. That's special. You just don't have that every day. And so that's, obviously where I want to go. I really want to see this call also moving and talking a lot more, about the daily marketing plan, things we've talked about. Because, again, like you just said, I mean, we have over 100 brand new people joining a day. That being said, I mean, a percentage of those brand new people are here right now. And, they need marching orders, and we all, everyone, kind of wants to make sure they're on the right path to those income-producing activities. So with that, my friend, back to you.
And thank you very much. And I did post again this morning, and we're getting much more efficient, you guys. You're going to notice every single day. I'm looking right now. We are live at 11, and have you heard 90% of success is just showing up? That's true. Well, if you're looking for the other 10%, here it is. And there's a link right there to the daily marketing plan. Now, that is the daily marketing plan, and there are things in there, and you make sure that you're paying attention because that will be updated on the fly, okay? Like the swipe files. Somebody sent me a note last night and said, hey, the swipe files are set up in Google Docs, and I can't cut and paste. And we're working towards a solution on that. So, again, thank you for the feedback. We're relying – so many things are happening so quickly, we rely on that feedback. But you can go just go to the Facebook page, and there it is right at the very top. It's pinned right there, a link to our radio show, and then a link to the daily marketing plan. That daily marketing plan is very, very important. You understand that, we got a lot of people here. We got a lot of people here who are just seasoned, right? You guys have been with us through the whole, the perfect storm. Remember that movie, The Perfect Storm? Just like, whoa, that's what happened over the last 6 weeks, and now all of a sudden it's smooth sailing, and we got hundreds of people coming here, sometimes every day, and so these things are brand new. You're going to hear some redundancy here, because primarily we're speaking to that boatload of people, who come through here and join us every single day. So make sure that you're using these tools. Make sure you're showing up to the Facebook page. That's where you get messaging. That's where you get a lot of Q&A done there. And you're always going to get the latest and greatest from the headquarters, okay, from traffic authority, like the tower, right? Like the tower that they have at the airport. That's what goes on there. You're also, like later today, we're going to be putting up, and the reason I'm not even going to go into my reason, but you'll see a link there today for a webinar tonight. And who knows what happens on the webinar? Because there are so many moving pieces as we build that thing out and language it out so that it just crushes it for all of us, for every single one of us, right? So, all right, let me get off my high horse here, as Greg likes to tell me, get off your high horse, dude. And here's the drill, okay? I'm going to say the last four, you got to press 1, first off, okay? If you're listening online right now at our radioleverage.com website, or if you're listening to one of our recordings, because we go live every day at 11. If you're listening to a recording, remember you can come here live at 11. And if you're listening online, you have to pick up your cell phone or whatever phone and dial 914-338-0631. Now, there's a whole bunch of you guys. Hundreds of you guys have already dialed into 914-338-0631. So here's the drill. I'm going to say the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and then I'm going to ask you to come out and give me your first name, the city, state, the country that you're calling from. And I'm going to ask you to, make sure that you have watched all of the videos. We're hearing people now on the radio show who said, you know what, Joe, I took your advice. I went and I watched all of the videos, and you're right. My question was answered there. So out of respect for everyone's time, make sure that you have watched all of the videos, okay, before you come here with a question. And so that's what we're going to do today, okay? We're going to ask you to make sure that you have watched the videos. I'm going to say the last 4 digits of your phone number. And if I seem kind of abrupt today, because I want to get this thing moving. We have people who are saying, "Oh man, I waited 2 hours and then the call ended." So we don't want people to sit around here for 2 hours. So let's get it going. I'll shut up now. Time for you to talk. 5232, you're first up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe, Doug, and Greg. This is Holly calling from Los Angeles, California. How are you all?
We're great, Holly. How are you today?
I am well, thank you. I just wanted to thank my amazing upline. I want to thank Mr. Jackson and Greg for helping me with the get response issue I was having. We got to the bottom of the issue, eradicated the issue, I think, although I think one campaign is still with another MLM, which I actually want to get rid of. I'm still trying to figure out how I take care of that issue. But thank you, and I'm ready to go. And I'm a newbie, and I made my first sale, so I'm really excited about that.
See that? Holly, congratulations, because you know what? I was going to actually just say that you have been coming out here like for a couple of weeks. You're a regular on our radio show. Love having you. And I know that over the last couple of weeks, I know, and the cool thing though is a couple of weeks, you've been like, okay, I got this thing going on, and could somebody help me? I am so happy to hear you say that you got it going, and as we say in our neighborhood, boom shakalaka, money is coming in to Holly's bank account. Awesome, Holly. Congratulations.
Boom,
keep up the good work. Keep showing up
Thanks
here, okay?
Again, thank you. And one really quick question. How do I get rid of that last campaign that's still on the other side? I don't know how to do that.
I don't know. You know what I'll do is I'm sure that Greg Chambers, because you guys have worked together, I'm sure we'll just do a direct thing with you on Facebook, and we'll get that handled for you, okay?
Holly, just be real quick, Holly, on Facebook, and it's easy to delete, easy to stop campaigns, and we'll just make sure we save your data. You don't want to lose your data, so definitely hit me up.
Perfect. That's great, because what I don't want to do, I don't want anything going to him. You know what I mean? Because he's still a planner.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Got it.
Great.
Thank you
so much.
Holly. You're welcome. All right, you're next up. All aces. Hey, Ace. This is all ones.
This is Frank Alio, #1 from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
How you doing, Frank? I got your email. I'll be responding to you, by the way. Thank you for that.
Fantastic. And, Joe, I just wanted to give you permission. You certainly can be a little bit snarky from time to time. It's in our nature. But I want to state something that Doug just said, a little bit different. What we feed grows.
Correct.
Positive or negative. So just remember that. And if you need to be a little bit snarky, I found it really helps when I find a positive way to be snarky. Anyway, but you've got my permission to do it.
Well, thank you very much, Frank. Go ahead.
Okay, so Mike, I got 2 real simple questions. Mm-hmm. And yes, I did go through the FAQs, and yes, I have watched the videos. But I have 2 really simple questions, and I hope I didn't overlook them. First one, super simple. Can we join as a company?
The answer to that question is absolutely yes.
Fantastic. And then the last question, again, is super simple, keeping it moving quickly. I understand the pre-launch is over. You just announced that again today. Are we allowed to still offer the free account?
This is a great question that keeps coming up, and you know this. I mean, it keeps coming up, and Greg, maybe you can come out here and speak to this. You know, offering people a free opportunity to become a member, as we were doing back in the month of August. You know, I know there's been some discussion about making that available as one of the sales funnels, right? And so maybe you can speak to that, Greg.
I certainly can, and I'm going to make it really short because we know yesterday I gave a very expansive behind-the-scenes discussion of this, and I'm not going to get into that here. All I'm going to say is that, yes, that's still available. It's still up right now. It's still 100%, available for your use. Here's just my 2 cents that I'll give my 30-second, feeling about personally. It's very good for soft or warm market, and warm market would be people you know. Soft market are people that know of you, or perhaps you're in an industry where your name is out. So that just basically means they're aware, and they're very likely to come in and actually watch videos and do things for free. In the cold market, when you advertise free, unfortunately. And cold market, just for the record, cold market advertising means people who don't know you. It's an advertising, to someone, basically that's just a blind advertisement. When you use the word free in cold market advertising, 99% of the time you're attracting the wrong mindset. So my personal feeling is never spend a nickel to send anyone to free, because you're going to be attracting people who are looking for the free lunch. And unfortunately, they are not going to buy, and they are going to hound you endlessly, for questions. What you want to do, of course, and this is the whole point of our sales pass, if you're advertising in the cold market, use the, either the Facebook/Google or the rich versus poor, because again, these are, seriously, if someone does not have $47 to start their business, they just aren't serious. It really comes down to that. But people who have 47 oftentimes have a great deal more, so they're very, very good prospects. So with that, Joe, I'll just leave it at that.
And thank you very much, Greg, and thank you very much, Frank. And Frank, as far as the snarky comment is concerned, I want to tell you that this morning when I saw somebody posting on Facebook, and again, it was like early in the morning, I hadn't had my coffee yet, I'm like, oh man, I got to get a shower. So I sit down, I get in, I'm like, I'm going, really, dude, you're going to go here on Facebook? And I've started typing something in, and I stopped, and I took a breath, and I came back, and I very elegantly handled this gentleman's issue, and he was happy with my answer. So yeah, sometimes you feel you got a little bit of tension, and please, and Frank, I'm going to give you my girlfriend's phone number so that you can call her on the phone for me and say, hey, it's okay if Joel gets snarky once in a while. 7300, you're next up.
Yes, good morning. It's Kenna from Washington.
Kenna, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. And how about all of you?
I think we're doing good today. I think we're off to a good start.
Good. Well, first of all, Bert hit the nail on the head yesterday. I was just about ready to say the same thing, and he took the words right out of my mouth about all of the patience that goes on within you guys. I just admire your professionalism, your dedication, your commitment to come out here every day, answer the same questions over and over again. It just blows me away how patient you guys are. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It just shows we care. We do care.
Okay, so question one. Greg had left yesterday, so this is directed to Greg about my...
Greg's back. Greg, meet Kenna from Washington.
I remember Kenna well. Hey, Kenna.
Yeah, hi, Greg. Thanks for all your help.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're absolutely wonderful. Anyway, my split tester, I don't know, it's not showing anything. It's not showing any clicks or leads. The only way in my traffic optimizer, I've tested it, and it's if I go to the website, it makes a click, but I don't have any response in there at all from anything.
And Ken, that's a good reason for that. Basically, in order for you to see anything coming through your split tester, you have to set up links there. And just to let you know, split tester and rotator are virtually the same. They're really the same. And all that means, just for the record, and we're going to be doing a lot of trainings on these going forward. We're setting up the schedule now. But all that means is traffic is sent to one domain or one URL, and you have the ability to split that to, multiple websites, 2, 3, 10. And again, on the split testing method would be, hey, I've got 2 different landing pages. I want to test the conversions of each one, and once I test the conversions, I see it's higher on one, then I'm going to send all of my traffic to that one. That's the purpose of split testing. And then
Right.
again, the rotator, the reason you might use a rotator is, let's say you have a team coming in, and let's say you had a great month in August, and you have some new team members, and let's just say you go buy a gold package, and you say, hey, for anyone who sets up the traffic this month, I'm going to put you in my rotator on a gold package. So you're going to get your traffic plus whatever I send you. And again, your gold package would be coming to one URL. It would be basically the rotator URL. Then you can split that out to yourself and as many teammates as you wanted to, or as many as the bot traffic in your in your contest. So that's kind of how it works. But you set that up. That has nothing to do with us. I mean that's basically something that you would set up. And if you need some help, just Facebook me. It's super easy to set up. I mean those tools have been available for 4 years, all the way going back to CBC Broker, and they're available here as well. So I'm happy to help you set that up if you need it.
Well, I think I've got it all set up, and it.
Yeah, it's definitely if it's not set up, Ken, if you're not getting clicks, it's definitely not set up.
Okay.
It's working right now. I use it every day. So I can tell you if you're not getting clicks through it, it's just not set up, or not set up properly anyway. But it's super easy. So, I mean, we'll probably get on the phone. I'll walk you through it in like 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. And then another question, Joe, I asked this Monday about I had money pending in my back office from August, and all it said was click Brilliance, blah, blah, and never showed any downline. And then when the e-wallet went live, I have nothing in there now.
Maybe that's a Doug Wellens question. Doug, if you're there.
Yeah, I'm over here fighting the fraudsters. Sorry.
All right, Kenna was wondering about. Well, go ahead, Kenna. You had money. I think you had money back in the old day, right? Are you an ILS member who had money pending?
Yes.
And so if I can just quickly just paraphrase your question, Kenna had money pending in ILS, right. And then all of a sudden it showed up in Traffic Authority. Then when e-wallet went live, it just vaporized. And I know money doesn't vaporize.
I don't believe that we actually carried that monies over. We ended up sending paper checks out for everything that was due. So let's see how we're going to handle this. I'll have to go look. Give me your username if you don't mind. Let me just go look and see what actually transpired with your account previously in ILS, and then I'll definitely email you back. What is your username, Ken, please?
KJ, S as in Sam, U as in umbrella, N as in Nancy, KJ Sun.
That's it? Okay, great. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, I'll take care of that here in just a few minutes during this call or maybe after the call, but you'll definitely hear from me today, and we'll get that straightened out if there is something that we owe you, for sure.
Thank you, Kenna.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so
Kenna,
much.
Yeah.
Thank you. On behalf of all the boys here, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for recognizing what goes on here every single day. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier today, job one, I can tell you right now, this team, behind the scenes, job one is to get our customer support desk so alive and so interactive, live chat, that kind of stuff, right? So many of the things that you're asking here this morning, very, very soon, this stuff is going to be handled in real time for you guys in an environment other than our daily radio show. 8171, you're next up.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Beverly in Medford, Oregon.
Good morning, Beverly.
Hi. I just want to say how much I appreciate everything, because I've never been in a company like this, and I really know that it finally can make it happen. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I talked to you, I think, on Monday, and I told you I had a problem because I couldn't complete my training. I couldn't watch the videos. Mm-hmm. And that situation has not been resolved yet.
Okay.
where I'm getting an error message that it says there was an error trying to store your income, and I can't get past it at all.
Okay. All right. I have, I don't know if this actually, I'll have to look into this because during the call on Monday, one of our customer service individuals was listening and actually had a solution live. I'm looking back into my chat here. Let me see. I'll look at. We have this thing. On Beverly. Here's what it says. On Beverly's account, her dream income number has been saved. We are researching why she is getting the error when she clicks on the Continue to Next Step button, but she can also click on the Step 2, Accelerate Your Success link on the top of the page, and it will take her to the next step. I just tested it in her account, and it works.
So Step 2 will take me. I can get past that then?
That's correct. That's correct.
Oh.
This, okay, and I'm sorry, Beverly. This actually came live on the radio show last Monday after we had actually handled your question. Again, Carl says that your number has been saved. Go and click on Step 2, Accelerate Your Success at the top, and it will take you to the next step.
So if I go Step 2 and then go to the top.
Yep, on the top of the page. On the top of the page, it should say go to Step 2.
Oh,
Accelerate Your Success. Click on that, and it should take you to the next page.
Oh, I do that when I go through the steps. I've been doing that. So. All
right. Well, what I'm going to do then what I'm going to do is ask for you to just direct message me on Facebook, Joseph Richard, so that we can move this thing along. I want to make sure that everyone gets a turn here this morning, and this is a very specific.
I understand that. I just had one other quick thing that I wanted to ask about. I was really very seriously considering making a video, and I was just wondering if I, get it uploaded. Where do I send that? That's the only thing I'd like to know.
That's great. And hey, Greg or Doug, I know that you're dealing with a lot of stuff. Doug is, if you guys know how busy Doug Wellens is, and how I know that many of you guys who were in ILS, Doug would come on Wednesdays and he would spend a couple hours with you guys. But since we've gone to this next level, where we have like unbelievable activity going on, Doug's responsibilities are huge. You want to talk about a gargoyle, okay? His responsibilities are related to the merchant accounts and merchant processing and, thousands of credit card numbers coming in from across the world. It is very, very intense what Doug is doing. So, Doug, if you're there, I know that you're also very, very big on the video pieces. And in Beverly Hill, she wants to make a video. She's wondering where does she post it. I know that there is on the Facebook page, there's a place where people can go and post their testimonial video. Is that still correct, Douglas?
Absolutely, for sure. There is a section down there on the VIP mastermind group here. Let me just flow to it real quickly here, and hopefully it's up on my screen here.
And Doug, thank you for being such a watchdog, dude. I know what you go through, and it is amazing. And we really, really, dude, without you, we would be up the creek without the paddle.
Well, no, it's everybody, man. I mean, and listen, there isn't any one person, that is the whole team, right? There's everybody. There's a ton of people here, including you guys, because you guys that are in the field, you're also doing some very significant things for your tribe members and for this company too, right? You're out there, you're making sales, you're making things happen. You're being watchdogs also, like Joe just mentioned, on the Facebook group. There's a lot of pollution over there. We got to manage that, right? And we do it effectively. There's some wonderful people that are feeding us information 24/7, and we're managing it as best as we can. And like Joe just said just yesterday, I believe also, the traffic control board, we're going to be empowering a bunch of you guys and gals because we see leadership shaping up here. Cream always rises to the top, right, Joe?
Yes, it does.
Always goes that way. It does. So, guys, and I'm speaking to this young lady who's asking the question about the video. Yeah, just go ahead and go into the Facebook Mastermind group, scroll down a little bit, probably about halfway down. There is this section where you can upload a video right there. If you're having problems with that, just send your video link into support at trafficauthority.net. You can send a YouTube video link, or you can send us a a Dropbox link, right? Share a link in Dropbox. We'll take either one or just post it directly to the Facebook group. So, Joe, thank you, man. Hope I helped.
Thank you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Thank you very much, Doug. You're amazing. And Beverly, thank you very much. We'll help you get straightened away on that other issue with with your computer being stuck up there. Okay, 5011. You're next up in the queue. Come on out here.
Yeah, this is Blue Jay from Indiana, otherwise known as the Old Fart. I have a question I posed on Labor Day about the checklist. You know, I'm flying a big airplane here, and no pilot in his right mind would get in the cockpit ready to fly unless he had checked everything off on that checklist. Now, my problem is I'm an over-the-road trucker, even though I'm a pre-boomer, and I have maybe 5 minutes a day and maybe 10 minutes tomorrow and maybe a half hour in, a couple of times during the day to watch the videos. I don't know where in the hell I'm at in watching all the videos, and it would really be nice if I had a checklist to go down and check off what I have watched and what I haven't watched. And so I realize there are a couple of streams of information that the guys have put in the system, which is absolutely fantastic, and I really appreciate it, because I don't miss a day, and I try to listen to every answer or question that gets posed. And so I really appreciate that somebody in the team who knows all the ins and outs to set up a checklist that people can print off right off of the dashboard and then pencil out whenever they go watch the various videos. I would really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Blue Jay from Indiana. Thank you very much. An over-the-road pre-baby boomer guy. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to tell you this. Blue Jay, it's a great comment. And here's what I'm going to do. Leadership, control board. I'm looking for somebody on the team who's going to say, hey, Joe, I heard Blue Jay out there looking for something simple like a checklist. You know what? Check your email, dude, because I think this might work. How about that? Here's a test, right? If not, Blue Jay, we'll make sure that we get somebody internally to work on that right away. We'll put it out. We'll move it up because that is simple, right? That is a very simple thing. It really is a simple thing. And if it will help you get yourself to where you have to be much more quickly, then that is what we want to do. So we'll get on that. So keep showing up, Blue Jay, because we'll mention it on the radio show as soon as we get that done for you, okay? 3391, you are next up in the queue. Come on out here. Hello. 3391, I'm talking to you. 3391. There you go. That's it. That was an easy one, huh? 8116, you're next up.
Hi, this is Johanna Baker. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Johanna.
I wanted to tell you I've been listening to the videos. I love the training. I think it's fabulous.
Isn't it great?
I remember I talked to you about Dave Reed's earlier this week that he needed to be transferred over to me. Well,
yes.
He got transferred over to me, but none of the volume got transferred over, and he had bought a silver package. So I did send a ticket last night to that effect, and I just wanted to make sure somebody took a look at that.
Thank you very much, and we will make sure. I'll send in another follow-up on your ticket. But tickets, I again, early this morning I was on with Carl on a chat, and Carl assured me that they just made a tremendous amount of progress on some of the tickets that had been accumulated there. So thank you for calling in and for the reminder, Johanna. We'll make sure that we get that one to the front of the line for you. 0081, you are next up.
Hi, this is Terry Fuentes of Waco, Texas.
Hey, Terry, how are you?
I'm blessed by the best.
Awesome.
I do want to compliment all the leaders at Traffic Authority. You guys have gone from the summer burnt grass to spraying the Miracle Grow, and it is bouncing around and growing.
Awesome. Thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome. Little Southern hospitality compliment there.
I like it.
I did have a couple of questions and that I have been asked and would like to know for the downline, will Traffic Authority in the future be available in different languages? When people come to the website, they could check the language of their mother tongue?
That's a great question, and I can tell you, Blue Sky the answer to that question is yes. Eventually, right? We've got our job is so big, and there are so many moving parts, and that is a very laborious task, But I will tell you, where we're moving. We have a gentleman who shows up here. He may be listening right now. Forgive me if I don't recall your name. Who is hearing impaired, and he mentioned on the radio show, I think on Monday, the fact that we have closed captioning, and he was so grateful for that. So we have a vision for being a service provider for all people, and yeah, eventually. But I wouldn't hold my breath, to be honest with you, because there are so many things that have to be put in place right now and fine-tuned that we will get to that eventually, because we are a worldwide organization right now. If you listen, yesterday we had someone from Norway, and we've had India. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. But what was your other question?
My other question was, on the weekly start and end for pay out for commission, I know that, I've been asked by my downline many a times, and I can't give them the exact start of the new commission date, where it ends, or the following week's payout.
All right. Doug, you are the commission master. I want to get Doug back out here because he works so hard on this stuff. Doug, could you talk about the cycle, the commission cycle, like when somebody comes into my downline and their credit card clears? When can when realistically let's say it's today, right? Somebody comes in today on Thursday, the 17th. When will I see my commission in my e-wallet for a sale that is made today, Doug?
Absolutely, Joe. So, guys, we have 52 weekly pay cycles here, right? We do pay every Friday. However, with that said, as an example, I don't know the week number we're in right now, but here's how it works. This particular week's pay cycle runs from the 14th through the 20th. So that's 12:01 a.m. on the 14th through midnight, Sunday midnight on the 20th, right? And so that particular pay cycle ends up paying out on the 2nd of October, right? It's about 12 days later. And we do that just so we can get through any issues, refunds, or whatever the case may be, buyer's remorse, whatever the case may be, right? So that's how it works. You can always expect the pay cycle to run from Monday a.m. through Sunday p.m., and then the second Friday after that pay cycle is when your commissions will hit over there at iPayout.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah, and that's very, very simple, and so again, we get paid every week. And the cool part about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that you start building your pipeline and you start building your business, and that becomes an immaterial issue, really, right? Because every week you're seeing pay, every single week you're getting a check, every single week you are building your business. And so once that thing catches up, when you're first getting started, your very first pay cycle, you're going to wait a couple of weeks until you see the money. But then if you're continuing to work, boom, 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 every single Friday you're getting paid. And again, Doug, thank you, dude. Thank you so much for what you do back there. This is your job is a crazy, crazy job.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Seriously. You want to talk about herding cats? This guy's dealing with, tens of thousands of individuals with credit card issues, and they're coming in from all over the world. And then you said a minute ago, I heard you say that you're dealing with fraudsters. You guys know what it's like on the internet, right? Every time, it's like, databases were stolen, and this was, and Doug is out there just like on defense, making sure that we are solid and we are protected. Thank you for that, Doug. 5691, you're next up.
Hey guys, Steve Schumacher from Portland, Oregon, representing Nancy Flint's awesome team. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Doug, you are a all-star. I have a statement. I called yesterday and said when I'm posting on Facebook, I'm seeing please enter your email address, oopsie, that kind of thing. I found out, and this is just in case anybody else is having this issue, if you click on it, it pops up like it highlights it, and you can hit delete, and it clears it out. So
Thank
what
you
I've
very
been
much.
doing is
And listen,
I'm typing my own message.
Listen, Steve Shu, I want to thank you for bringing that to the attention of everybody here, because I know that in this internet world, all of us rely so heavily on Facebook. And Steve Shu, thank you for figuring out what was going on in your specific niche, your corner of the world. 3527, you're next up.
Hey, Joe, it's Dave from New Hampshire. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Dave in New Hampshire. How are you?
Good, thanks. I haven't. I'm going through a job transition right now, so I haven't been able to plug in like I previously was. But I do want to say that all the work that you and Greg and Doug and Chad and Adam and his team are doing is about the undying hard work you guys are putting in does not go unnoticed. And I'm sure I speak for the vast majority of us when I say we more than appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Every time I go online and look in the system, I'm just blown away. And I, like you, have been around for a long time, not with the success that you've had, but I've been around, seen a lot of systems. It just blows my mind that this system that you guys have created is worlds farther along than companies that I had been with for 4, 5, 6, or 10 years.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, I want to piggyback on something Greg said earlier as well as Frank. I'm a big firm student of Anthony Robbins, and Anthony Robbins says that whatever you focus on in life, you will tend to manifest. And so for the people, what he's referring to is the universal law of attraction there. And for the people who are chronic complainers, all I would say about that is be very careful about what you tell yourself, the messages that your subconscious mind sends, because the universal law of attraction will work to support that theory, whether it's true or it's not. So mind your thoughts and be very careful about what you tell yourself, because if you focus on the fact that, they said this was going to be ready by Thursday, but it really wasn't ready until Friday, or all these little insignificant in the grand scheme of things, don't get mired in the mediocrity or caught up in the minutia, because a year from now when you're grossing $7,000 or $8,000 a month, are you really going to remember that? Is that really going to even be an issue? So I wanted to say that also. And the last thing I wanted to say is that, my question was, and I know you're trying to move this along, with the e-wallets now up and running, will they accommodate a prospect going to my website using a credit card, which will allow me to get rid of my merchant account?
Hey, that's a great question. And Douglas, okay, this is a good question coming from Dave in New Hampshire, wondering about, his private, in the old days, we all had merchant accounts, if you guys remember, you ILS guys. And I think, Dave, what you're asking is it time to kill that? Would it be cool if you kill that merchant account? What do you say, Doug? What are you thinking about this?
This has been an ongoing debate, right? It really has been an ongoing debate. And as much as I want to say do not kill it, I believe we're going to have to say kill it. And, Dave, kill it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Simple. Very, very simple. Hey, listen, Dave, I want to thank you for making those comments about, what it is that you think about what you bring about. And this is the kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen, when we clear this little space, right, of where we're still dealing with tickets and people have specific questions, and we're still going to have question and answer forums. We are, okay, I promise you. We're never, this is never going to go away. You'll still have this ability. But I'm going to tell you that this conversation that we're having here this morning that Dave just brought to the table, one of my favorite books is The 4 Agreements. And this is like one of the simplest, most profound personal development books that I've ever come across. And I'm a student of personal development. Get your hands on The 4 Agreements. And the first of the 4 agreements is to be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. And in the 4 agreements, what I was able to get from that concept of be impeccable with your word, the most important element is self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? It's obvious. Be impeccable with your word. Don't lie. Don't BS. Be cool. Tell the truth. But really, the messaging that we put into this, things that we say to ourselves, that is where the real manifestation begins. And this is the kind of stuff, this is where we really want to go with our daily get-together here, our virtual water cooler, right? We want to put stuff into each other's brains, and inspire each other to just think a little bit differently. Like, isn't this cool? Dave from New Hampshire is coming out, and he's commenting on something that he heard earlier today. This is what we're talking about, man. Thank you very much, Dave in New Hampshire. And, hey, Dave, let's get you busy, dude, so you can get away from that job. Unless you dig your job. Maybe you dig your job, but... let's get you rolling here, dude, so you don't have to worry about working at JOB anymore. 9560, you're next up. Hello.
Hey guys, it's Mike Choma with in North Carolina. How are you?
We're good, Mike. How are you today?
Good. I want to get right to the question. I was on yesterday, obviously. I want to do some math. I want to do some simple math because I got a couple people that have been looking at Traffic Authority here for pre-launch, and I guess a couple people talked to them, and now they're actually pretty serious. They want to go through my funnel. They've known me for a couple of years. But the one thing that they said, a couple people said, was that they're getting 80%. If they buy a gold package, they get 80% of that total 1097. And I just want to do I did watch all the videos. I went back, I watched all the videos. I went to the comp plan video over on pre-launch. I didn't want to bring this up on Facebook. I wanted to get on the line with you guys. And maybe if you sell a gold package at 1097 and that comes to 80%, am I going on the assumption that the company is splitting? I can't answer this question. That's what I'm having a hard time with. It's divided by 2, and then say it comes to 548. Then they divide that by 2 with your sponsor. Is that how that works, or?
Well,
it's for clarity, basically.
It's very, very simple. And maybe, Greg, I know that this is a concept that you love to talk about. You know, the $97, those are fees, right? There are fees. There are things that have to happen in order to get this thing rolling the right way and maintain the integrity. Correct. So just take a look at the $1,000, right? The $1,000, that's your commissionable. You know, in that 1,000, that's look at it as, okay, $1,000 is going to get me in the neighborhood of 1,000 clicks, sometimes less, sometimes more. Well, just generally speaking, right? So the $1,000 is split. 50% of that is going to be paid out in commission. 50% of that $1,000 is going to be paid out in commission. Now, who receives that commission and how much of that commission they receive will be determined by their level of commitment. Where are they positioned in the comp plan? Have they become 3-star, right? Have they actually? But basically, if you're first getting started, right? So on that $1,000, okay, that's let's round it, okay. So the 97 is that's eaten up in some other, you know, maintenance and you know. For example, let me tell you something, okay? Do you know that Traffic Authority? Okay, all right, you get that. So all right, it's $1,000, okay, and half of that is going up in commission. Now, if you're the guy that gets that,
that's perfect. That's what I wanted to know. And I know Greg's chopping at the bit, want to get in here because I know he's probably saying that's what it is. So it's $1,000. Right. The company gets the 50. Then we're splitting the 50. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that it? I just want to make sure.
And let me, let's
ahead,
all right. Let me before I give it to Greg, Mike. Here's what I want to put into your brain, okay? Just subliminal, okay? Subliminal. Stop thinking about gold. Think about diamond. Think about.
Oh no! I understand. No, believe me, I promise you. Oh my God, I understand. This is an analytical dude that wants to come in, and they're asking me. And as a leader, I just want to give them the clarifying question. I do not want to tell them they're getting 80% of $1,000, like no disrespect, other people have. That's very dangerous. That's all.
Right. Well, you know what? Greg, come on out here. You know, because we're very, very clear on the videos, right? And we're gonna get more clear, okay? Like this thing we're building for tonight, and tonight will be again, okay? We're probably gonna stumble and skin our knees, but like the goal here for your guy, your analytical guy, will be to send that guy to the Thursday night webinar, where we will go into the simple detail, and the webinar is being assembled based on the feedback we're getting from guys like you, Mike, in North Carolina. So, all right, come on out.
Joe, I have a much simpler explanation here. I mean, this is really simple, you guys. You know. Whenever you look, you know, at a total cost of something and then the commissions, I mean, I'm just going to start this way. Basically, just so you guys understand completely, there is traffic expense on every one of these orders, and it's nowhere near 20%. So, I mean, it is like, you know, between 30 and 40% of every traffic order is basically is traffic cost, just to be clear. And then the next part is the commission piece is really closer to 45%. And, you know, I don't make any distinction with that last $97. I mean, I just include the $1,097 and say 45% of it's paid in commissions. Because that formula works from basic all the way through diamond. So it's just really simple to say that. But here, you know, again, Mike, really all you need to know is that, you know, we break down in all of the trainings what the commission dollars are. So, I mean, you know, when someone talks about the commission, and then that commission qualification really breaks into multiple different parts. I mean, you know, it's not 80-20, it's not 50-50. It is 100% based on the person making the sales qualification to receive commission. So, I mean, if you're marking a gold as an example and you're not eligible, you're not gold qualified yourself, well, you're getting zero of those commission dollars yourself. You're going to get qualification bank credit for that. But that's just, it's very, very important to understand, again, and this is why we break down in commission videos and things. And the good news is it's really pretty straightforward. I mean, the way that it works is, if you're not qualified to earn commissions, basically you get, not qualified to earn traffic commissions, you get dollar for dollar, qualification for orders that you placed yourself. And if you're selling orders to your team, then you would get, it takes 3 times as much sales volume in order to get that qualification level in your qualification bank. So the good news is there is no requirement to purchase products. And you can easily move up the qualifications by making smaller purchases yourself or making purchases to your team. You're going to move up. And then, of course, once you get past the qualification piece, then you roll to the rules portion, which say for your first 6 traffic sales, you're going to share that 50-50 with your sponsor. So basically, as you're qualified to earn, the first 6 you're qualified to earn on, you're going to share half with your sponsor, and from the 7th beyond that, you're going to earn 80%. Your sponsor is going to get 20%. And I understand that's a lot of information, and you probably have to go over it a few times to get it really through your mind. But once you do get it, it's really straightforward, and it's very lucrative. And I wanted to come back to that 50-50 part. Why that's so. Again, brand new people. The folks just getting started need more assistance from their sponsors. So their sponsors are actually earning that. And then, of course, the other piece of this is it's a strong incentive to continue introducing new people into your business. Because I don't know about you, but I like the idea of sharing 50-50 with people in my organization. So, I mean, you never want to stop. People who've been here a little while, they're going to, they're obviously going to be 80-20. So, again, it's more motivation and was built in that way. And one last thing on that, Adam and I talked about this when we actually created this, there is a fairness to the 7th and on rule because every single person that meets the 7 rule has shared an experience. They have done the work to earn the 80% commissions. So, again, that's where it goes, Joe. That's kind of how that breaks down.
And I've been very vocal on Facebook conveying that absolutely fairness to it. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Nice.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for calling in today. I hope that cleared it up for you. Mike in
did.
North Carolina checking in. Awesome. We'll keep it moving here. 7095, you're next up.
Good day, Joe. How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's Eric in Alberta.
Eric, how are you?
I'm terrific, thank you. Just have a quick question. Wondering if there's an update on the partial sign-ups for the sales pages.
That's a Greg Chambers question. Greg, partials on the sales pages.
As far as an update goes, I mean, the update, the great news is we are collecting phone number. I actually validated that on the form yesterday. I was actually going through that. Actually, with Shalene, one of our members, we actually saw that that is definitely on the first portion of the order form. So the great news is, and I'm not sure that's what you're asking about, but I certainly believe that's what it is. I mean, again, just so everyone knows, you might have missed this conversation yesterday, all people start at the opt-in process with putting in their email only. And then, of course, if you see in your traffic authority back office in the leads area, you see, a name, you know that they went through that process and they entered the first half of the order process. And in that first half, is name, confirmation of email, telephone number, and actually username and password in order to build their own account. So, again, that's all pretty valuable information. And, again, I will tell you this. It is on the dev team's list to get telephone number in that back office. For those of you who want to make calls and who are willing to make calls, and I can tell you right now, we're going to be training on making that call. It's mission critical. Those guys obviously were partway, through the order process, so a call to them probably makes a great deal of sense. It's not there today, but it will be coming in the next 2 weeks. It will be in there as a field of information that we have.
That's perfect. Yeah, that was exactly my question. Thank you. And plus, those partials, they already know it's $47. Like they're really good qualified prospects, right? So I would pick up the phone absolutely, and I will. So
and thank you for that. And you're very, very welcome, Eric. And that is a good point because life happens, right? How many times I can say to right, I've gone through a whole process, and then all of a sudden I had to put my credit card in, and I'm like, hold on, I better. Oh, the doorbell rang, right? I'm looking for a reason to bail, but I was that close to the finish line. So those are extremely strong leads. And thank you for bringing that up, Eric. And like Greg said, there's so much stuff coming, so many things are coming. You guys are going to be so excited. 5673, you're next up. 5673, hello. That's an easy one. Thank you, 5673. You just made my life easier. You're getting me closer to the bathroom at the end of our radio show. Okay, this is okay. You're calling in from. I think this is England calling in, or else this is the Netherlands.
This is Greg again. Greg and Carrick from the Netherlands.
Greg in the Netherlands.
Hi.
How are you, Greg?
Yeah. I'm doing good. Hey, first I want to thank Greg for explaining that part in the back office about when you see the names, because I was confused because sometimes I didn't see names, and sometimes I see names in my leads. So thank you for explaining that part.
Greg, are you calling about Dana Clark? Are you calling about Dana Clark again?
Yeah, I'm calling about. I sent you a message, and also Greg Chambers. I sent him a message too, because yesterday when I was on the call, I spelled my username wrong.
Okay, I have GIANLLI.
Yeah, it's Y, and at the end is Y.
Okay, thank you very much. That'll make all the difference in the world.
and also I told you about this Roger Voshall that was in my lead list, and he signed up. I did a live sign up with him. Remember?
Mm-hmm. I have it,
but
and he's not showing there.
Yeah.
Right,
he's completely gone right now from my lead list too. So
okay.
And I think that's a question for Craig.
Well, this is a support question that I'm going to send in directly right now to my contact in there. I'm going to get you on the fast track on this question because you did ask it yesterday. And thank you very much, Greg, for calling in from what time of the day is it there in the Netherlands?
It's now, so is it 6 o'clock, I think?
6 o'clock at night? Is it Thursday?
In the evening.
Okay, cool.
So,
all right, I'll make sure, Greg, I'll put this job one on my list, okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Greg. Greg calling in from the Netherlands. Speaking about dedication of our team, right, how the team is just constantly working, we've got a very critical guy. We've got a guy who actually does a lot of stuff, and he lives in Australia. And this morning I was like, it was before my alarm went off at 5 o'clock. All of a sudden I could hear my Skype going off because our teammate in Australia was up and hammering away with to do stuff. It was pretty cool. 9668, you're next up. Oh, I know who this is.
Okay, all right. Hey, Joe, listen, it's Dave out here in Tinley Park. God, you threw me off with that introduction.
Yeah, I know you are.
Listen, real quick, Greg and I just talked about it. It's funny that Eric would have this question out there about the leads. And I see a lot of people have been asking about the leads in the back office with names. And Greg and I were speaking about this the other day about this. So what I wanted to give everybody is a little tip out there, since we currently don't have phone numbers or anything like that, but most of us do have GetResponse, at least the people who are taking their business seriously. Guys, if you're out there and you're listening right now, deciding whether or not to add that GetResponse, I cannot begin to tell you how priceless that is to have that little addition. What you can do with this afterwards, after you have leads in there, is just something that will really make your business boom. And this example, this little tip I'm going to throw out there right now is something that you can use that system for. If you have a person in your back office that is showing up with their name, they are a hot topic. They are I must need to go to a store to get some clothes for my kids. but they are a hot prospect, and you don't want to lose them. You want to get them while they're excited to do things. Like Joe said, ooh, the phone rang. Ooh, I got to do something. Oh, I really want to fill this out, but I'm at work right now. Can't do this. Don't want to do that. This is what you need to grab out there. Let them know that, hey, I think you might have had an error. I see that you started filling out this application. Let me know if there's something I can help you with. Let people know that you are there for them. And here's the simple way you do it. Simply create yourself a new campaign in your back office of GetResponse, in your GetResponse back office, not in your Traffic Authority back office. Create a new campaign and find the people on your list and they're under Traffic Resellers Prospects list and just copy the people who have their names and emails in there, and add them to a new set of autoresponders. Send them create an autoresponder that says, hey, just touching base. I see that you just barely started the application and didn't finish. Was there a reason? Did our site screw up? Let me know if I can help you. And then just follow up with them and say, with a second one that says, listen, I was able to talk to Greg, and that $97 price is still good for $47, but you have to sign up today. Let people know that you are there and that you're keeping an eye on them and letting them know that you're looking out for them. So that was really what I wanted to talk about with regards to Eric's question that he had about the leads and contacting them by phone. It is difficult without the phone number, but that's going to be a part of a feature coming soon. The other thing I wanted to add was that for the people who are talking about the length of these calls, listen, here's the thing. Every call is recorded. So if you can't finish listening to the show, like yesterday I was on the ambulance again, and I couldn't listen to the show at all. So after I'm done with this call, because I just got off, I am going to go listen to yesterday's call. That's why these calls are recorded, so that you don't have to sit on there. If you need to ask a question, that's great. Call your sponsor, message on Facebook, whatever. There's so many ways to keep in touch with everybody. Use the system that we have out there. But for the people that are complaining about the length, if you don't want to be on the phone call with them that long, or you can't for some reason, hang up. Come back to it later on afterwards. Don't take it from the people who need the support and need the help and need to hear those motivational talkers or anything about little tidbits that you didn't think about. For example, the GetResponse answer right now, it's there. If you had hung up now, you won't hear about it until later. And it didn't come up until now. So that's the kind of stuff that people need to listen to. So length, hey, man, I can listen to this for 3 hours. I mean, if I can't, then I'll come back later and listen to it. It's that simple, guys. Stop, if you don't like the show, turn the channel. Stop making complaints up for things. Stop giving yourself excuses to stop working. You can do it. Listen to the shows at your leisure. But enough about that. It just hit me as something. I was like, why are they complaining? Just push stop. Hang up. Call back later. Listen in later. And the GetResponse is something that we needed to address, and the adding with that stuff. But that's the best way to follow up with people right now.
All right, I agree with you, and you're right on all points. Couple things. I'm nominating you right now for the Traffic Control Board, right out here in front of the whole world. And we're gonna. I'll be talking.
I will say I'm already working on a checklist, but I was working on a checklist right now for my downline. But
this is what I'm talking about.
I already started on that because it's more of a checklist of what to do to get your business started. More than hey, I watched this video, and that could probably be set up in the back office with a simple cookie that said, hey, you already watched this video, but if you want to watch it again, that kind of stuff. But hey, listen, the trucker who's going across the road, it does not hurt at all to watch those videos over and over and over again. Let me tell you, I get people that message me and text me every day about, hey, what do you think about this, about the compensation plan, about this? I'm like, guys, it's in the videos. No, it's not. It didn't tell me anything. I'm like, how could you not understand what has been in it? Watch it again. Then they come back to me later on and they're like, oh, okay, I just didn't watch the whole thing apparently.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, there's your issue.
All right, well, here's what I'm thinking.
It is in the video. Watch the videos. Everything we do is covered in there. The procedures of what we do, the techniques, it is there. If you can't watch it, again, they're recorded. Watch them when you can. If you have 5 minutes there, do that. Don't make excuses. Make solutions. Just step up. Leaders step up. They don't make excuses. So if you want to lead your business, you want people to do what you do, then you push through it no matter what. You have to. I mean, I guess that's part of the military training and the paramedic training. I can't make an excuse. Hey, his heart stopped. Maybe I'll come back later when it starts. I have to figure out a way to start it.
Right.
You know, and that's probably where this comes from. But I mean, people, you got to take initiative. If you can't figure out a solution, figure it out. Look, ask, and then ask for assistance.
All right, Dave, listen, I'm gonna nominate you for the Traffic Control Board. I'll be talking to you offline. We're going to find a space, a time where we can get together. We can do a hangout, a Google Hangout, where you're actually handling some of these questions, talking about GetResponse, because it's great to hear Doug, it's great to hear Greg, but you're actually out there making it happen while you're working in an ambulance. I mean, it's great material. And something else I want to point out, right? The other day, I actually thought about you because I went to the Sprouts grocery store in my neighborhood, and I found a Home Run Inn pizza in there, Home Run Inn from McKinley Park, the original Home Run Inns, and I found one, and it was a deep dish. I came home, I put it in the oven. It was Monday Night Football. I ate half of it. I got up the next day, I ate the other half, and I'm like, oh man, why do I feel so crummy? I looked on the box, it was like 3,800 calories. I'm like, really? No wonder I'm feeling like this, dude. So Home Run Inn pizza, and Greg Chambers wants to talk to you. Get out here, Greg.
I certainly do. First of all, I want to start out by saying I have a nickname for Dave. It's AD for Awesome Dave. So thank you very much.
I'm Diamond Dave. There you go. Then I can be David Lee Roth and make it to Diamond. I'm only one step away from Diamond now.
Awesome.
Diamond Dave.
And then the second step was, I can't let you go without a Lou Malnati's comment. My wife stopped through Chicago on the way back from Israel and stayed with some family for a day. So she was bragging about the fact that she got to stop by Lou Malnati's, and of course I did not get any. But you, of course, being right there local, you can just make a stop by anytime you want. So lucky dog.
There he is.
You got it, man. But listen, guys, everybody on this call, you guys, if you're on this call, you guys are already stepping up to be leaders. You guys you're learning what you need to do, and if you're confused about something, don't worry about it. The business is simple. You purchase traffic. When you run out, you get more traffic. And if you're not using traffic at the time, say funds are a little tight at the time, get out there, watch the videos, copy your link, paste it everywhere. I have my little the Chicago group, a Facebook group there. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give it out unless you want me to, but I post an ad every day that people can share. And they can make the copy themselves. I mean, there's people on your team that are willing to help you. You just got to look for them. And if they're not there, hit the Facebook group up and message one of us. Some of us out there are willing to help. Mm-hmm. And no matter what team you're on, I don't care. It's because when Traffic Authority succeeds, it makes my business grow anyway. Because it builds our reputation, our brand, our name. This is our company. Don't let anybody spoil it.
Diamond Dave has said it all. Thank you very much, Dave. Look forward to seeing you on Traffic Control Board very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy's awesome. I love your thing, Dave. Like, there you are. You got a guy down with a heart attack. He's a paramedic. Dave is a first responder. He's solution-oriented, right? There's a guy laying there dying, gasping for breath. He can't think about it, come back later. He's got to get her done. 0618, you're next up. 0618.
Hello, everybody. This is Gil James in New York City. How's everything going?
Gil, we're having a blast here this morning. Thanks for checking in today. How you doing today?
Pretty good. I'm getting ready to have a nice cup of coffee. I wanted just to say thank you so much, Super Team, Greg, Al, yourself, Joe, and Doug. I mean, I had an issue with my upgrading for several days into the Traffic Academy, and it was just driving me bananas. But I've had several contacts with Doug. He's been trying, and yourself. And finally, he really helped me yesterday to really, really focus and get the issue resolved in minutes. So I just want to thank you publicly, Doug, for helping me and get on a good foot with this opportunity so I can continue to be all in and really, really make it happen. I also want to give a shout-out to Kara. I saw her video on the VIP thread on Facebook the other day. It was really cool, Carol. That's cool, very cool. Now I have a question, and I know hey, I've been spending so much time on social media promoting the program, I haven't been able to get through all the videos. But now that I've got my Traffic Academy up, I'm going through the videos, and I'm really inspired and encouraged. But I have a question. Do you need, I've seen some people on Facebook with some beautiful lead capture pages marketing their traffic authority business. Now, I was wondering, do you have, in order to use the lead capture pages that are purported to be highly convertible, do I have to buy traffic first before I can use any lead capture pages?
All right, I'll tell you this right now, is the lead capture pages you're probably seeing are available to you right now, Gil. You get those, okay? When people just, as a reseller for $20, if you take a look back in your Manage Links section, they're all there, done for you, and I would caution you, and everyone online, about capture pages. One of the features and one of the benefits is a capture page builder, which is going to be ready pretty soon. But capture pages, they may look simple, but you can't believe the amount of science that goes into a capture page. The size of the font, where does it go on the page? Is there movement in the background? These people who create capture pages, they're scientists. They know how the human mind reacts, and they know where the eyeballs go. So, you have those, probably the capture pages you're seeing are available to you right now. If you go into your member back office, into the reseller program, after the dashboard, go to Manage Links. Right there, you've got a whole bunch of links. You've got capture pages for, the one that is the Facebook Google. There's another one for rich versus poor. There's a really cool retail page right there for people who just want to buy traffic, not interested. There's all kinds of cool things back there. So, yeah, you don't have to buy traffic to get those links. And I think that's what your question is. And Doug, I want you to come out here because yesterday you and I actually had a conversation about Gil and about what he was dealing with, and maybe you can share a little bit more about that issue that Gil had with the upgrade so people can learn from that. Gil, thank you very much, dude. I really look forward to you coming out here every single day. You got an energy about you that is it just sparkles, man.
Hey, thanks so much, Joe.
You're welcome, Gil.
Yeah, hey, Joe, I'm right here, man. And Gil, great job, buddy. Gil is one of the guys that I was talking about earlier that actually plotted through something very specific for the entire tribe here. And there was a little bit of an issue, right? And it turns out, as you all know, there's pretty much 4 main browsers out there. There's Safari, Chrome, Firefox, and Explorer. And it just so happens Gil was using Explorer, right? And we couldn't figure out what was going on until we drilled down to the browser question at that level. Sometimes, you overlook the 50 different points that you have to look at and take each one of the pieces and turn them over, a few times. Well, it was that reason. Gil was using Explorer. We had a little 1 or 0 in the wrong place for Explorer. It worked on Chrome. Gil quickly figured it out that it did work on Chrome, no problem. The guys at the dev department healed up the issue on Explorer. We were all set. Boom, shakalaka. But the point is that I'm trying to make, like I tell my family all the time when they come to me and go, "Help, Dad, my laptop doesn't work. What do I do?" First thing I say, reboot, right? DOS boot. So we didn't have to reboot. We just switched browsers, right? And maybe it's as simple as doing some things like that, right? And I'm telling you guys, this call that you're on right now should not really be the necklace around the neck with the button that says, "Help, I've fallen, I can't get up." You got to do some little things also to help yourself in the process too while you're helping us. And if you figure something out, come here and tell your tribe members. Go to Facebook and tell your tribe members. Take it upline. We'll get it figured out, along the way. So, Gil, dude, you rock, man. Thank you.
And thank you too, Doug. Thank you, team. Thank you. See you at the top.
Thank you very much, Gil James. What a killer! What a great story! What a great guy! Thank you for showing up here, Gil. I get inspired. This is why I show up here every single day because I learn. I get inspired. 5649. You're next up.
Good morning, Joe. It's Bert from Canyon Lake.
Bert, you've been hanging around for a while, dude. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I wanted to do the same thing that Carlos Rodriguez from New York did a couple of days ago. It might have been last week. He waited until the last because he said he wanted everyone else to have their questions answered. Well, I waited simply to listen in to feel the heart of the traffic authority community. And boy, do we have a big heart. Diamond Dave from Chicago, man, what a guy, huh? What an awesome entrepreneurial mindset. And huge congrats to Holly from L.A. for her first sale. Keep rocking, girl. Boom shakalaka.
There it is. How about Blue Jay from Indiana? The guy is the other side of the baby boomer generation, out there, over-the-road trucker. And then he says, what about a checklist? And then Diamond Dave comes and says, oh, by the way, I was just working on one. I do love the community.
Yeah.
And I posted that in Facebook today. And thank you very much for calling in here, Bert. I really do appreciate your contributions every day. And that's what I said to that guy on Facebook. It's like, hey, man, just why don't you just dial in? Maybe you got to hang around, but the greatest benefit is you get to feel the heartbeat. You get to feel what really goes on here. 3167. You're next up. I think you might be calling in from a Skype number. I'm not sure. 3167?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who's this?
Awesome. This is Wayne Toffler out of California. How are you doing today?
Wayne in California. I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Badoom. I have one of those, a rim shot.
Hey, first I got a question. I want to give first a shout-out to you, Joe. And I've been a leader in this industry for about 6 years and been a six-figure income earner, and I have never been this excited about a company because we're finally going to be in a position to help everybody win, because there's so many people out there that need extra income that are absolutely afraid of direct sales. They're afraid to go to their friends and family with the product. And I'm excited because I'm going to be able to help those people win, because this is a true home business, make money from your computer. And I'm just flat out excited about everything about Traffic Authority. I do have a question, though. Somebody showed up in my back office, is showing up in my commissions. As I earn the commissions, they purchased the both back office at 47 and 97, but they're not showing up in my downline for some reason.
Okay.
I may have an answer on that, Joe.
Thank you very much, Greg Chambers. This is Wayne from Wayne, I'd like to know a little bit more about you. 6-year track record, a leader, six-figure earner. That's pretty cool stuff, dude. Nice pedigree there. Greg, this is Wayne.
Nice, Wayne. Wayne, the first thing I would ask that you do is check the username, because if you find the username is not you, it means it's one of your direct people. It's a second-level sale. It's an indirect sale. But due to our 50-50 and our 80-20 commission structure, you still get paid. And if you scroll down your downline page, I mean, you see direct sales and then team sales down underneath. You got to scroll a little ways to get to it. But the way you know in commissions is it lists your team member's username instead of yours. So I would check that. Now, if you're actually getting a commission outside of those rules, then please PM me on Facebook, because that may, again, I've never heard of one showing up magically incorrectly, but again, if it's not the example I just gave, please hit me up, because we'll want to look into it immediately, of course.
Well, what's your username, Wayne?
Because he's definitely one of my friends. It's pretty cool. He signed up without even having to talk to him, and I don't have his personal phone number because I just had to get a new phone, and his number didn't carry over, so his phone number's not showing up, so I can't reach out to him other than email.
What's your username, Wayne?
My username
Wayne, excuse me for
dot 90 days. G as in George, O-T, the number 9, number 0, and then days. Got 90 days.
That's your username? Okay, we'll look into this for you. Okay, Doug Wellens is just hitting me up on Skype, and we'll look into this.
Beautiful. Yeah, he's definitely one of my personals. He shows up in my commissions. He bought the 2 back offices, but when I click on downline, he doesn't show up in that spot.
All right, we'll check it out.
Nor does he show up in under the team sales.
Excellent, Wayne. Thank you very much for coming in here today, and thank you for the compliments. Right, I really appreciate you showing up here.
Oh, absolutely. I just want to say one more thing. I hope everyone understands the power of what we have here. We got a product that every single network marketer needs, and we got a product that's simple and duplicatable. I've never seen something so duplicatable where everybody could win. And the commissions are huge. You all know the success of Vincent Ortega Jr., the superstar that's leading the way. I watched Vincent start out online, 3-4 years ago. He tried to convince me how important online marketing was, and I tried to convince him, no, it's face-to-face. And obviously he was right. I was not going to miss out on joining him this time around. But I want everyone to understand, if he took the amount of people that he brought in the Traffic Authority and took them to any other network marketing company, he would have made about 1/8 of the commission he's made so far. Because we have products that are big-ticket items and 40% commission and 20% on your team is second to none. And I am excited, and I hope you understand what you have your hands on here. And thanks again for everything you do, Joe, and everybody else behind the scenes. Greg, you guys are absolute superstars. I love the transparency of you guys, and I can't wait to rock this and take this to the world.
Thank you very much, Wayne. We really appreciate it. We're going to be reaching out to you. We want a little more information about your guy, the guy who's not showing up in your downline, but we'll handle that offline. Okay, so we have a lot of more people in the queue. We're running along here on time. Wayne in California, thank you very much. Very well said about what we have our hands on. 2258. 2258.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? You're live on the radio.
Oh, okay.
Thousands of people around the world are listening to you right now.
Okay. I avoided calling. I didn't want to, because usually things get answered if I keep trucking around this back office. But I've come across the snag when I went to the marketing links, and then I wanted to, click on the capture page.
Mm-hmm.
Where you download it, and when you put your cursor on it, it says copy, and when you click on it, it says copy.
Correct.
Where does it go? I don't know. I have a problem with my computer since it's old and malfunctions a lot.
Well, that's probably your problem. What was your name, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sherry Jones, and I'm from Angels Camp, California.
Okay, Sherry. When you hit copy, it's actually on a clipboard. Okay, it magically just shows up on the clipboard in your computer, and then when you go somewhere that you want to put the link, all you do is click paste, and it will pop up. There it will be. It's magic.
That's what I thought, and I've done other things like that, but I can't find a clipboard on my computer. That's why I say I wanted to find out if it's something where it's a clipboard in your program and I have to go through this back office to find it, or if it's on my computer so I can know where I'm supposed to start looking. Because I thought something didn't work, and I hit it again, and I hit it again. I must have hit it 4 or 5 times. I got lots of copies somewhere, and I need to find them and correct it.
Yeah, again, one of the things I would recommend that you do is, as Doug said earlier today, is maybe reboot your computer, and then whatever computer you have, search your computer for where your clipboard is, because it is there. For me, I use Safari on a MacBook, and all I do is I hit, copy, and there it is. And then when I want to go paste it, I just double click, and there it is. I can just paste it wherever I want to. So that sounds like a very specific issue, Sherry, for your system. And reboot your system. That's what I would recommend. 5339, you're next up.
Hey, Joe, you got Charles Green for the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania. How you doing, dude?
Charles, I'm doing great. How are you doing today, man? One of our top guns here. What's happening?
Hey, just chugging down the highway, man. Got a lot of winter time. I love these calls. I really, really appreciate them. They're so informative. I just want to thank Doug, Greg, and you for putting this together. And the number one guy I want to thank today is Diamond Dave, because he definitely gave me the answer I was looking for, with the name and first and last name that was showing up. I was wondering what that was all about. Now I know what to do with them, because I got quite a few of them. So I just want to say thank you guys, man. Have a good day.
And very much. Thank you very much, Charles, checking in from the Poconos. And how about this Diamond Dave? See, one of the things I often say on this radio show, this is where legends are made. Diamond Dave, very, very soon, you're going to see this dude walking across the stage at one of our live events, and people are going to be, Diamond Dave is here. It's like, thank you very much, Diamond Dave.
Thank you very much, Diamond Dave.
Whoa, that's weird.
Oh, that's
111111. Coming out here.
Coming out here.
Oh, I'm gonna have to mute that up. That's freaking me out, man.
That's freaking.
I can't. You guys hear that feedback there? Okay, let's go to 4458. You're next up.
Hi.
Hi.
This is June from Wyoming.
June from Wyoming. How the heck are you?
I'm good. I haven't been calling in just so everybody else has their chance, and I hate to keep you on here so long, but you guys keep me in stitches. I just love this morning radio. So I just want to again just say thank you so much for just everything that all of you put in here. Joe, I just love listening to you every morning, and my hero, Greg Chambers, is always out there to help somebody, and I just love it. Love it, love it. I haven't been doing too much because I have a daughter that's getting ready to have a baby, and I have company, and so, like, I turned my traffic on, and then I decided, well, I better pause it because I'm really not going to be paying attention to it because I'm getting ready to have a grandchild.
There it
but
is.
I just want you to know that everything's just running smoothly, and I love this radio show, and I just wanted to touch base this morning.
Thank you very much, June. So we have your permission then to go for an hour and a half if we need to. Is that what you're saying? Is it just cool with you?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you can go for free. I feel sorry for you guys, but I love listening to that one.
Hey, you know what? I just feel sorry for my bladder. Sometimes I'm sitting here for 2-3 hours. I'm wearing a headset. I'm like, man, I had too much coffee before the radio show.
Yep.
Hey, June. And thank you very much. You're going to be a grandma, huh? You got a daughter having a baby? Awesome.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, June. Thank you very much. June checking in from Wyoming. We'll keep it moving. Area code, let's go, 2258. I'm sorry, you're next up, 2258.
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
Okay. Sherry from Angels Camp again. The other half
Sherry,
of the question is where did... Yes. The other question is after I get the clipboard, where do I paste it to? I have looked at many videos. I see you call all the time, and I can't seem to find one that addresses that particular issue.
All right. Okay. All right. Here's where you paste it to. You paste it to wherever you want it to be seen. Okay. What you do is you cut and paste. Okay. So if you copy the link, now you've got the link on your clipboard. And let's say that you create an email to your best friend, and it says, "Hey, this is Sherry, and I want you to check this out." And then when you go, "Hi," you say, "Hi, this is Sherry. I want you to check this out," comma. That is where you paste the link. You pasted it there, right? Because
then in your automated system, I don't need it because that's already pre-done.
Well, the automated systems, the autoresponder, that's already pre-done. The reason that you have No, but you may want to do a customized outside of the autoresponder campaign, right? Traffic is everywhere. Okay, if you have friends, if you've got maybe you're a member of a club or whatever, I'm sure you have email, right? Or maybe you understand? So that's what that is.
Now, I thought this was part of what had to be done to set up before traffic could be sent through.
No, that's
already.
That's done. That just gives you the freedom to promote your link. You know and thank you, Sherry. I'm going to put you back on mute. Is that okay? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, thank you. All right, so the idea here, ladies and gentlemen, is that traffic is everywhere. And it is, right? Like yesterday, I've got a guy that I know who has his own network marketing company, and he said, "Joe, I want to just sell retail traffic. I don't want anybody knowing there's a network and I like you and I know you got good material, so I just want to promote traffic." So what I did, I went into my member back office. I went down on that manage link page to the page that says retail, and I copied that link to the retail, and then I went and I pasted it into Skype, and I sent the guy, said, "Here's the link, man," and then he takes that and he cuts it and he pastes it and he puts it wherever he wants to go. So when that's out there in the world, anybody who buys traffic from that link, they're going to buy it from me. Traffic is everywhere. And that's the reason that we have that feature in there for you, Sherry, is now that you don't have to just, rely on the traffic and the autoresponders that is in the Get Response and in the system. Now you can go out there and begin promoting your business independently, right? And when somebody buys traffic or someone goes to the page, it's coded to you. They will be your customer or your prospect as long as you're a member in good standing there. All right, 6891, you are next up, and it sounds like you are standing under a waterfall.
Hi, my name is Thomas.
I can hear you.
My name is Thomas Cornejo from California. I just want to thank you guys for everything, and I have a question. I apologize if the question is not I'm a newbie, and all I want to know is, like, I send around the traffic to my panel, and it's for campaigns, right? So if I still send you the link, which campaign is going to start going, like the follow-up?
I'm really having a hard time hearing you. It sounds like you're, I don't know, it sounds like you got a rough connection there. Could you, you know what, I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to take a risk. And I'm going to ask you to send that question in to me. Okay, you can send that in to me directly. Everyone else, please cover your ears. Everyone cover your ears. The gentleman who just spoke, you can send me an email at joe@trafficauthority.net. There it is. Hey, listen, we are done for the day. Everybody who came here to ask a question this morning, your questions have been handled. I want to thank everybody who took the time to come here today. It's been a blast. On behalf of Greg and Doug, I know they're still in the queue here. We got work to do. We're going to be busy. We're working on this webinar tonight, I promise you. Even if the webinar is only 20 minutes, we're going to be there. We always do what we say we're going to do. So watch for the registration link for tonight's webinar. The goal tonight is just not to answer questions, but just to present the business opportunity side and really what are the benefits and the features of Traffic Authority. So people who are considering this, trafficauthority.net, will have a reason to say yes. That is a process that is evolving, right? And so we're still putting it together. We're waiting on registration pages to be built by technology partners. We're waiting on video to be built. But hey, even if it's just me in my tuxedo shirt and my headband, I'll be here tonight to tell the story on behalf of our community to people who are considering joining you in Traffic Authority. And remember, we will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to, we want to hear the good news tomorrow, right? As a matter of fact, invite people who are considering Traffic Authority as a solution to tomorrow morning's call. This is a great place. I'll tell you this, if I was considering Traffic Authority as an opportunity for me, and I listened to this call today for whatever it was, for nearly 2 hours, hour and 41 minutes, I would say, hell yeah, I'm in. This is amazing. These guys are cool. This community is for me. So we'll be back tomorrow morning. Make sure you invite your guests. Until then, see you on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen.